Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we are dialing in, laser-focused on A Course in Miracles, specifically Lesson 74. If you've ever felt just completely drained by your own competing priorities or those endless internal battles we all fight, well, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to break down the exact framework this lesson provides for stepping out of all that mental turmoil and into some serious, absolute clarity.
So, Lesson 74. Let's start right at the top and look at why this specific lesson matters so much. This one actually operates as a massive foundational pillar for your mental discipline. In fact, the text explicitly states that the idea for today can be regarded as the central thought toward which all the exercises are directed. So, getting a handle on this one concept, it's absolutely crucial for your overall progress.
And here is that central thought for today's lesson. There is no will but God's. I want you to just take a second and let that sink in. There is no will but God's. The text tells us that fully recognizing this simple statement is the literal key to erasing the belief that conflict is even possible.
Now, to put this into everyday terms, because I know God's will can sound kind of intense, or maybe like a strict rule book from above, we're not talking about that at all. We are talking about a state of perfect, absolute peace. When the text says your will and His are one, it means that peace has entirely replaced the strange, exhausting idea that you're torn by conflicting goals. As an expression of this will, you simply have no other goal but peace.
Okay, so here's the real kicker. Because today's idea that there is only one unified will of peace is wholly true, it literally cannot give rise to illusions. And without illusions, mental conflict is impossible. It just can't happen. Inner conflict only exists when we entertain the illusion that we have multiple competing goals pulling us in a dozen different directions. If you remove the illusions, you completely remove the conflict.
All right, let's look at the first part of this, the longer practice, which builds a foundation of peace.
To actually get to this state, the text gives us a very specific two-part action plan, starting with this longer practice to lay your daily foundation. You start by repeating these two thoughts. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. But listen, you don't just rush through them like a checklist. The instruction is to repeat them several times slowly and with firm determination. You really want to understand what they mean and actively hold them in your mind.
Once you've got that baseline set, you spend the next few minutes layering in some related affirmations. Things like, I am at peace. Nothing can disturb me. My will is God's. By repeating these phrases, you are actively conditioning your mind. You're building up this deeply rooted feeling of mental peace and training yourself to accept this single state of harmony.
Now, what I really love about this part is the built-in rapid response system. Because let's be real, during this introductory phase, your mind is probably going to wander. It happens. When it does, you have to deal quickly with any conflict thoughts that cross your mind. Immediately tell yourself, there is no will but God's. These conflict thoughts are meaningless. You're basically just swatting away the illusions before they even have a chance to take root.
Moving on to part 2, tackling specific inner conflicts.
So what happens when you hit that one really stubborn conflict area? You know the one, that specific person or situation that just instantly spikes your blood pressure. The text actually has a targeted approach for this. It tells you to single it out for special consideration. Hold that exact person or situation in your mind, think about it briefly, but get very specific and then apply the core lesson right to it. You say, there is no will but God's, I share it with Him. My conflicts about this cannot be real. This is exactly how you dissolve the specific illusions causing you the most distress.
Which brings us to part 3, sinking into true peace. After you've methodically cleared your mind of the general wandering thoughts and tackled those specific stubborn conflicts, you close your eyes and try to just experience the peace your reality entitles you to. Sink into it. Feel it closing around you. But, and this is a huge but, the text gives a really crucial warning here. It is so easy to mistake this deep sinking feeling for mere withdrawal or just spacing out. The difference, though, is easily detected. If you're actually succeeding in finding true peace, you're going to feel a deep sense of joy and an increased alertness. Joy characterizes peace. Merely slipping into withdrawal, on the other hand, just brings a feeling of drowsiness and enervation.
If you notice yourself getting drowsy or feeling that heavy, drained enervation, you are definitely slipping into withdrawal. Don't just give up and take a nap, though. The text says there is a definite gain in refusing to allow retreat into withdrawal. So quickly repeat the main idea for today and try again. Do it as often as necessary. You're training your mind for alert joy, not sleepy avoidance.
All right, let's jump to part 4, the shorter practice,
done at regular intervals.
The longer practice sets the stage, right? But the shorter practice periods are how you maintain that peace as your day gets crazy. At regular, predetermined intervals today, you are instructed to say this phrase to yourself. There is no will but God's. I seek His peace today. And here's the key. Don't just say the words on autopilot. After you say them, try to actually find the peace you're seeking in that exact moment.
So, what does this actually look like in practice? Let's check out Part 5, your daily practice schedule. To successfully rewire your mindset and drop this illusion of conflicting goals, here's the quick breakdown of your time commitment. You start with that focused, longer session we talked about, taking a few minutes to do the deep clearing. Then, for the shorter practice, you dedicate just 1 or 2 minutes every half hour throughout the day. Do it with your eyes closed if possible. This consistency is the secret sauce. It's what anchors the peace into your actual daily experience. To wrap this whole thing up, let's bring it back to that core anchor statement, there is no will but God's. Whenever you feel pulled in a dozen different directions today, come back to this single, unifying truth. So, my question for you is this. What specific illusion of conflict are you finally ready to let go of today? Think about it. And hey, if you found this explainer helpful for finding a little more mental peace today, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more, and we'll see you in the next one.